Now, I want to talk about priorities again when it comes to things and helping out people. How do you do things, and what you do onto others, they'll do back onto you, and that's what you hope for. And when you do that, that's what can happen, because you're showing the point and you do it. Now, when it comes to materials, what's more important? Well, the function. It's like clothes. Some people wear clothes and it's daggy and it looks like shit and it doesn't do anything because they say it looks cool. And then some people look stupid, but the clothes keep them warm or keep them cool and they feel good and all that kind of stuff, right? So what are you? Well, you can try to have both above. You can, but sometimes you've got to pick and choose in certain areas, right? And people do in those areas and suffer because of the way they pick and choose. Huh? And what I do is I make sure if you're going to do something, keep doing it. If it's important, definitely on the important list until it's done, until at least it's functional. And then the aesthetics and the looks and stuff like that, you can add later, right? And that can help out when it comes to budget and all that kind of stuff. And so when it comes to, say, this, today I was going to do a little bit on that, clean these strips that I was talking about. Right? But then I have a close friend of mine that needs help. And so I can go, well, I'm too busy, right, as I'm on a project that's more important than what you're saying to me. And maybe for you, you might even see that my project's more important than what you're whinging about. And that's a truthful answer. Right? You get those outcomes. Or it could just be bullshit. Or you can just do an outcome because you want money and go, no, I'm working, I don't want to lose money. I'll help you, but that's when I'm not losing money. Right? If it comes to losing money, no, I don't like that. It's bad enough that when I'm bored that I go do other things and lose money because I'm a money person. You know what I mean? I rather all the time chase for money, and that's why I'm a busy person and I like a lot of toys, or I do a lot of gambling as a money person, or I like to save it as the mega rich done to see what happens to the economy and control and dominate. You know, there's all sorts of ways of why people do things, right? And you got to find out who they are. And over time, time's a good thing. There's information. There's an app, but the time shows us things. Everything needs to be put together to be reality, really, to make it function. Right? And so what I did is I'm going, well, the project's finished, so that it's done. So when it's done to me, as far as I'm concerned, or it can show a point when it comes to the picture, like it shows what the picture mainly is, and you can pretty it up later. At least you can talk about it now, and you've got the main thing there when it comes to pictures or something like that. But when it comes to projects, you go, at least it functions. I can turn that on now. It's going to filter. It doesn't look pretty, but it's going to run. And I've got plenty of time. I'm not in a rush for money. If I was, I'd make sure I get onto it. If I knew I had a salesperson, if I knew I was going to get somewhere with it, and all those kind of things, I would rush to it. But if I knew someone else is going to go, oh, shit, I'm going to get it done now, you're busy, or you're slower than me and all this, I'll make another decision and so on, right? Or I've got to go now because my kid's sick at school. I can leave them there sick and they can sit there in that shitty room while I quickly get this and do a 2-in-1 kind of thing. If I knew that they didn't mind, that they would also allow me to do this because they need this game machine later and this was it's going to get for them. Right? That's how you look at things. You try to balance it out. That's what education is. You can't do it all at once. It takes many, 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 many years to try to balance out all these things that you go through. But you've got to learn and you're going to want to learn. And then you've got to choose of what you've learned and what you can do. Because sometimes when you learn things, it's a good way, it's more harder. And so you might just go, well, shit, I know I'm meant to put the rubbish in the bin there, but everyone's just putting it over there and I am in a rush, so I'm just going to put it there too. Huh? It's a little bit like the fog light thing. We all take the risk. You can't drive around here with lights. Australians like to get money off you if you've got some fog lights on. Just because there's occasional big trucks and certain things that can have bad big fog lights. But other than that, I don't see fog lights ever bothering anybody unless it's those type. They're very rare. But other than that, people drive around with fog lights all the time and then they might pull you up if they need something to do when it comes to the low-class fines, and everybody's doing it. And they're like, well, we can't just keep pulling everybody over. Well, we could actually. You know, that's a way to get money, actually. They're going to, instead of using it for bullying, they should actually just do it and keep pulling over people. And then tell it in the news, shit, we're pulling over a lot of people. We're just starting to do a blitz now, you know. We thought it would be nice to see what happens, but now it's just taken over. And we thought we'd just use it when we want to use an excuse to pull up people and stuff like that. But you know what I mean, Phil? When do you get serious, or when do you want to, and why? Huh? But anyway, I decided to help out a friend in need, as they're not very well. People come not very well quickly all of a sudden, and things you don't expect when it comes to injuries, periods, gut aches, diseases, headaches, certain things like that can be worse. Bad gut ache, bad headache, as you know, bad periods, that can make people need to have to stop and do something else. And what's the best way? Is it better off if I do this and let you do that, or should I just do this? And we make those choices. Sometimes it should be both, but you can only choose one in the moment as well. But have a good one, everybody, and see you later.